Well, how's it going, everybody? I'm back at it again. I'm here and I'm leaving East Tennessee. I'm heading up towards Kentucky. This is a view here from Clinch Mountain. It's a Veterans Memorial here. That's Cherokee Lake down in the valley. Those mountains in the far distance over there, that's where I live, on the other side of this valley. And back straight ahead, way back out in there, is the Great Smoky Mountains. This Bean Station is down in there. There's a lot of history in this area. The station was like a little fort back in the day, and we still take the our gas station comes from that name all over the country. This is really a cool memorial here. They built this several years ago when they widened the road through here. Anyway, I'm heading into Kentucky for the night, and then heading on up north into Indiana, and then Ohio, and then Michigan. Then I'll start turning west when I get to the Upper Peninsula, get into Wisconsin and Minnesota, and I'm gonna have to go down and hit Iowa and Nebraska, or it'll be a problem getting them as I come back across. But it took a lot longer than I wanted. I was going to stay at home for like a week or two, and ended up being there 5 weeks. Anyway, I'm going through the Cumberland Gap, and when I get there I'll make some more video. That's where Daniel Boone went through back in the day, in the late 1700s. He come through here, and he was the first person to make a road called the Wilderness Road. And well, he come through here. Actually, the Wilderness Road's on the other side in the next valley over. But him and Davy Crockett, a lot of early leaders, early presidents come through this area. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good one. I'll make more video when I get on down the road. All right, everybody, here's the famous Cumberland Gap Tunnel. The original gap's right over there. Sunglasses off. The tunnel, just like that. Now we're headed down into Middlesboro, Kentucky, and here's the Kentucky line. Welcome to Kentucky, Bell County. Middlesboro's this town down in here, and it's one of only, I think, 2 towns in the United States that are down inside of an ancient meteor impact crater. That's what this is down in here. We're descending down into it. I forget how old it is. I think it's like 150 million years old. Way, 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 way older than the one out in Arizona. Maybe not quite that old, but it's way older than the one out in that real good one out in Arizona. Anyway, yeah, Daniel Boone came through here. This was the gateway to the first gateway to the west. Back in the day, back in the late 1700s, approximately a couple 100,000 people, plus or minus, come through here, which is a significant amount of the population back then. Yeah, Middlesboro. Then a lot of these, Abraham Lincoln's family come through here. I don't know, go on and on. A lot of history. There's a KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky. Hope you guys are having a good day. We'll try to get around over here. Anyway, I'll make more video later. Hey, everybody. Here I am. I'm in Kentucky. This is a boat ramp parking area, and it is listed on one of my websites as a free camping area. And there wasn't anybody here when I got here, and there's not been anybody here, which is kind of surprising. Right there's the Cumberland River. Now this river starts in Kentucky, goes into Tennessee, back into Kentucky, back to Tennessee. It goes through Nashville, literally cuts right through downtown Nashville. It goes through some other towns too, up near Campbell. Is it Campbell? Near Fort Campbell is up in that area. I can't remember the name of that town there. But anyway, it winds around Tennessee. And then when you get out west Tennessee, it goes back into Kentucky and then joins the Tennessee River and then goes into the Ohio River. And then not far after that, they go into they join the Missouri and make the Mississippi. Anyway, nice moon out. Not much traffic on that road over there. The main road's on the other side of the river and back a little ways. So we'll see how it goes tonight. I don't anticipate any issues. It's hotter, freaking crap. It's hot and humid and very little air moving. Down here, it's real muddy because the river's been up. You can see the mud line 3 or 4 feet higher than what it is now. There's a little fire pit there that'd been, and I may still end up going there and building one. I doubt it. This is so open and I don't know, there's no bugs and stuff. Anyway, it's a good drive over here. I'm only like 130 some miles from where I live. And then tomorrow, I don't see any reason why I stay here 2 nights. Tomorrow, going into a state park up in Indiana. Again, that's like it's maybe 200 miles. So it's not a big drive. And it's more of a state park, forest area. So I'll stay there at least a night, maybe 2. And then Ohio, and then on and on and on, Michigan, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, glad to be back out here. My original plan was to go back to Tennessee for just like a week to 2 at the most. And it's been 5 weeks, folks. Almost to the day. But I don't know, some of you know I don't have an income. I'm not retired. I'm just living off savings from where I sold my house a couple of years ago, and I invested some of that in the stock market, and I do a lot of options trading. And July was just horrible. It was a horrible month. I trade with margins too. In other words, I'm borrowing money from my brokerage, and they don't lose. So when stocks go down and you've got money borrowed on margins, your brokerage, it doesn't matter which one it is. If you get certain low, they kind of take control. You literally hand them the keys to your account. They take control. They'll start selling stuff before they lose money. So don't ever trade on margins unless you know what the hell you're doing. And even then, your ass can get burnt. Even the experts get burnt. And you can lose your butt on them. But you can make good money too if you do it right. It's that same old philosophy, buy low, sell high. But who knows what is low, you know what I mean? And what is high. But over time, you will start figuring that out. The best theory I can give is always have a little cash on hand, which I'm not the best in the world at doing that. But when things are low and people are panicking, that's when you need to buy. And then when everybody's like hoopity-haw, everything's so great, that's when you need to be selling. It's totally the opposite of the rest of the world and the way it works. Anyway, but that's kind of, I did not want to leave and go out west until I had a little bit of cash, and I did not want to. Hell, I couldn't. I couldn't take cash out. You can't take out something you ain't got. The market was so low, they kind of froze those you know, they'll let you sell. You can sell all you want, but when you sell something, you know, if you gave $10 for it and it's down to $5, and if you sell it for, you've lost $5. And that's not nothing. But if it's hundreds and hundreds of shares, then that's a whole different ball game. So you don't want to sell low and buy high. You want to buy low and sell high. But things have turned around considerably, and I anticipate August to continue to be a good month. But I'm gonna err on the side of caution, and hopefully keep a little money on hand. And you know, I got enough. I live cheap. This is not costing me a penny to stay right here. The only money I've spent so far is, you know, gas and some food, whatnot. I bought me a new coffee pot. I didn't want to get one that big, but there's a, you know, a camp coffee pot at Walmart's $30. It's way too big. Broke the handle on my other one this morning. Or I'd have kept it. One of them old school. Anyway, I hope you guys have had a great day today. And we're going to do some exploring tomorrow. I'm going to go up here and check out Cumberland Falls. It's only like 5 miles. And then we'll head on up into Indiana. A few cyclists there, motorcycles. And continue to head north from there for a couple more days. Going all the way up into the upper peninsula of Michigan. That's when I'll turn west. And then we'll take it from there. Again, I hope you guys had a great day. And this is Yukon, over and out. Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are up and going. Made it through the night. Slept right here in the parking lot. Nobody showed up that I know of. I slept fairly good. It's foggy this morning. Still fairly early. It's 8:30-ish. Birds are waking up. I'm fixing to go ahead and I'm really already pretty much packed up. I had some coffee and stuff this morning. I'm gonna fly here in a minute. I got the gobbler out. I'm gonna launch him right off that top of that bucket right there. But this is actually perfect. If you look, you see the blue. So this fog's not real thick, and the sun's coming up and burning through it. So I'm gonna send him up. So you guys ready? Hold on. Here we go. Let's fly. Well, hey everybody. I'm here at Cumberland Falls. You know, I've never been here before, and I've heard of this place because it forms a moonbow, not a rainbow, but a moonbow. And it's the only waterfall in the Western Hemisphere. So let's check it out. This is actually solid bedrock here. It's pretty cool. Wow. Yeah, if you look close, you can see a faint, there's a rainbow. Now you can actually see it pretty good there. Oh, wow. The river's up good today. That's badass. Look at the size of some of them boulders. That's more like something you'd see up in New Hampshire, Maine. Check out the rainbow. Oh, that flight, that's called a glory or a spectre of the Brocken. And that the gobbler, when I was flying earlier, that circle, it's the same, its form is very similar. Water vapor, sunlight being broke apart, and then it that shadows displayed on the clouds below. Wow, it's like coal. That's what that looks like, little pieces of coal. I don't know if that's what that is or not. Is that black stuff? Huh. Anyway, wow. All right. Well, hope you guys are having a good day out there. Well, check this out, everybody. I'm down. Looks like this goes down like to the bottom of them. That's wild. Wow. Over there. I'm gonna go over there and take some photos too. I'm ahead of the game, so to speak. It's like 9 o'clock. Look how high that water's been. It's been way up here at one time. See them logs over there? It's been up here near where I'm standing. That's the more recent flooding down there. Damn. Well, you know, it got up into Nashville there. It's been like 10 years ago. Maybe not that long, 5 years. Oh, badass. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's got a lot of history. There was a motel like right up there. Built in the late 1800s, burnt down in the 1940s. Called the Cumberland Falls Inn, and then changed to the Moonbow Falls. Over there or something. Been signed one time. See how that whole ledge sticks out? Eventually that'll break off, and then it'll erode back even more behind it. Pretty awesome. Alright, I'll make more video and get on down here. Hey everybody. I'm out here at the furthest overlook. Pretty cool, eh? I think that one over there is probably the best though. You're talking about one hell of a portage here. They gotta carry their boats all the way down this and down those steps. See the people down there and get back in the river. Wow, what a big sandbar that is. Look at that. That looks all natural too. Naturally formed. There's a guy taking his boat down. That's stuff. Well, they got helmets on. They're rock climbing or something, or boating. They must have the boats waiting on them, maybe. Wow. This is definitely worth the side trip. And there's a lot of trails here. I mean, there's a couple of trails that go for 10 miles. So, I mean, I guess it goes on down. This Dog Slaughter Falls and Eagle Falls must be the other side. Pretty cool. This whole area, a lot of this is in the Daniel Boone National Forest. Badass stuff. That's like a refrigerator or something. That's like I think it's an oil like outside for oil heater there to the right. All right, I'm gonna start heading the other way. Hope you guys are having a great one. Hey everybody, check this out. It's like a little this little pull off here. To me this looks like it's probably built by the CCC back in the day, back in the 30s. I don't know that for sure, but I'm guessing it. I do say one issue with it though, and this happens a lot. Back in the day when this was built, that was a view, and down in here were views, and since then they've let the trees grow, which I don't know, a lot of that's just opinion, but they need to cut those, not all of them, leave some of these big kingpins, but this stuff down below blocking the view, they need to go. It's created as a view. It should be maintained as a view. That's what that's been too, that little bridge at one time. All this has been a view of the Cumberland River down below, but you can't even see it now. There's a chestnut oak. This is the one that what is it? The gypsy moth. See just a little bit of damage to these outer leaves, but I don't actually see any. They eat the leaves on them, and they like eat all the leaves on them, and then the tree can't survive. Just a year, maybe two, and if it keeps eating them year after year, it kills them. But I don't see any on these, so maybe they've not made it this far south and east. It's a big pine tree. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good one. Fixing to head, actually I'm fixing to head north. All right, everybody, getting ready to go across the Ohio River. Here we are. And I'm going from Kentucky into Indiana. Louisville is where I'm at. Wow. Headed to an Audi and a Walmart, gas and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'll make more video on down the road. Well, good evening everyone. I'm here in the Hoosier National Forest in Indiana. And there's one setting up there, there's a couple more down in there. This is like more for horses, this area, but there's no horses at all here. That's what it said. It's open to everybody. Young's Creek Trail. Open to horses and bicycles. That's pretty cool. It said there's a bunch of campsites. You're not supposed to camp at the pavilion. You may just be chilling for a while. But I like this one. It's a little close to the restrooms, but it's also got some firewood. I went right down there. There's a pit there, but it's really trashy. Really trashy. Cans and stuff, which I don't see any trash cans out here. It's pack it in, pack it out. They've thrown the charcoal up against the tree. So I've got several pieces of wood there. I can scavenge some more in the woods here. Water is non-potable. That means you're not supposed to drink it without filtering it, but it is on. So you can make coffee with it, you know, boil it, cook with it, clean with it. Been a while since they've been wanting that one. set up my solar shower. Yeah, shit, he didn't stay long. He jumped out of the hammock for about 30 seconds. Anyway, yeah, this is a go. I didn't see anything at all either about no alcoholic beverages. I'll check again to make sure. So I'm gonna have me a shot or two of Jim. I may go down there and take me a shower. I bought another solar shower. You know, I broke that last one, so I left it at home. Check these rules one more time. It's been a good day. Blah, blah, blah. Not a thing on there about alcohol. Nothing. Nothing that I can see. No fireworks, blah, 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 blah. If they didn't want you drinking, I'm sure it'd be listed here. Anyway, who really cares, right? A lot of that shit, as long as you ain't fucking with people, nobody cares. That's the reason sometimes they don't want you drinking. They just don't want people getting wild. Hell yeah. Well, I hope you guys had a good day. I may make more video later, but this is state number 27, baby, Indiana. Tomorrow, I'm gonna head into Ohio for a night, and it's up into Michigan. Hope you guys are having a good one. Shukon. See you later.